Miles, training modern women for relationships. Why do you think? Now, to anyone who says, Miles, I don't like the word train. You shouldn't have to train a woman. Shouldn't you be able to coach her? Train is kind of a strong word. What's your response to that?
Well, okay, I have this analogy that I love to use because I think people love to apply things to one situation and then totally forget about it in others. And what I find is that the modern man, he doesn't believe in, or he is afraid of his own prestige.
Ooh, okay.
So so the analogy that I like to use concerning the word and the idea of prestige is the Ivy League college.
Okay.
Right. So when a student says that they want to go to an Ivy League school, right, they know that they have to get a certain score on the SATs. Right.
Okay.
They know that once they get on, if they actually, they know they got to write an essay. They got to fill everything out. They got to have the money to go there. Everything. They probably got to have some favors done by high end people in their network and all that type of shit.
Right.
A recommendation.
Yeah, all of these things. But and the crazy part is, because of the prestige of the Ivy League school, say Harvard or Princeton or Yale, whatever it is, they have an excited willingness to fulfill those requirements to get on the campus.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Nobody blinks an eye when they say, hey, it's going to be pretty steep to get into Harvard. You're going to have to do all these things. And once you get into Harvard, you're going to have to maintain a certain GPA. And don't you dare wear a Harvard sweatshirt and act out in the streets. And don't you dare act a certain way and besmirch the Harvard name. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if I can allow Harvard to have a certain level of prestige, then what about the Cunningham name? What about the Cunningham prestige? What about, the life that I live? What about the fact that I'm on point? What about the fact that every time you see me, I look good, I smell good? What about the fact that my finances are in order? My business is in order? Like, when I spend time with a woman, she don't ever have to worry about another woman, even though she knows I fuck with multiple women.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She don't ever have, because everybody's in check, not because they're such great people, but because they are living up to the requirements of my prestige. You understand? And I'm the type of man, I believe in my prestige. Okay. And I don't ever forget my prestige. And for the weaker people, they might think, oh, well, he's being arrogant, he's being a certain type of way. But is Harvard being arrogant? Is Yale being arrogant?
Right.
Any of these institutions, are they being arrogant, or are they upholding a standard which they've worked hard to maintain for years and years and years? I'm a 40-year-old man too. That means I've been working on my prestige for 4 decades.
Damn right.
See what I'm saying?
Yes,
so like I say, I'm not the average man who loves to, because a woman has a fat ass, I'm gonna forget who I am.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I always have to remember who I am. And when I think of who I am, y'all see the website, Masculine Identity.
That's right.
Membership.com. When I think of who I am, I think of the prestige. I think of all the years of hard work. I think of all the books that I've read and all the conversations that I've had. I think of how I hold myself accountable for everything. Just like EO was saying, I look at the work that I do. I look at everything that I've done to get to this point, and I'm supposed to just throw all of that out the window because you have a fat ass. No, it doesn't work that way. You understand? It actually works the other way around. You have to figure out how to live up to this standard over here. And I'm gonna just end it with what I started with. Guys are afraid, or they don't believe in their own prestige.